Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of NAWA Championship Wrestling. Here you see highlights of last week's encounter. It was to be a crowning of new tag team champions, but AWOL attacked the team of Adam James, and James Brody totally wiped out the wild man there, and he was unable to continue the match. And as we gave into things, Thunder Anderson suddenly appeared and entered the contest, accepted the role of Adam James' tag team partner.
Is this even legal, Redbeard? I mean, they're our tag team champions now. Chris Thunder Anderson coming to the aid of Adam James again. What's the deal with these two guys? We got to get to the bottom of it. But right now, they are our tag team champions. Adam James and Chris Thunder Anderson defeated AWOL last week. But ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what their relationship is, but we know now they are tag team partners and tag team champions. But ladies and gentlemen as well, today on this episode, they're going to have to defend those tag team titles in a rematch against AWOL later on in the show. And as we promised last week, we got that huge main event, Redbeard, the rubber match between Dominick and Axel Jaggers. What do you think is going to happen there?
It's going to be a tremendous contest because those two men have blood in their eyes, and they're looking for battle here as they continue their feud.
Well, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for those two huge matches. We're going to take it to the back now as the new tag team champions are standing by with Golden Gladiator number 2.
All right, folks, I am standing here with the NAWA Tag Team Champions, Chris Thunder Anderson and Adam James. Y'all beat AWOL in the finals, but now you got to face AWOL next week. Y'all ready?
Let me tell you something, Gladiator. I've been tag team champion no matter where I've been, several times with several partners. I've watched this man since I've been in NAWA. We were members of the cartel together, so I know his background. I know what kind of athlete he is.
Now, whoa. I got to stop you right there. We might be tag team champions since you came out and you helped me when I was getting beat down by AWOL, but I'm going to tell you right now, man to man, I still don't trust you.
It ain't about trust, James. It's about these straps.
I'm glad I'm retired, folks. Looks like there's a little tension here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from the new tag team champions. Adam James not sure if he trusts Thunder Anderson, but Thunder said it's not about trust. It's about these titles. Will they be able to hold on to them as they take on AWOL here later on today? But here we got the Black Society taking on Little Donnie and Ted. As we all know,
What? Little Donnie couldn't even get anything out of the.
Oh my God, Ted looks distraught. He didn't even get into the matchup this time. The Black Society looking really impressive here.
Now Ted, what in the world?
Ted is snapped here.
And going in here, oh God, attacking his tag team partner. What in the world is going on here?
Here's a trend. He just hit him with the whiteout, Ted. We've seen a trend here with Ted here as he seems to attack his tag team partners each and every week.
Why would anybody get near this man at this point in time, Michael? My God.
Look at little Donnie. We're going to take it to the back. Golden Gladiator standing by with the American GI, the PWF Heavyweight Champion.
All right, wrestling fans, we're standing here with the American GI, the guy that stole my belt a few weeks ago. As a PWF champion. It should be my title, but that's neither here nor there. But GI, looks like you got some stiff competition coming up.
I tell you what, brother, you bring them in, I'll take them on. You know, that's just the way American GI has always been. That's what I've always been about.
Hey,
look here. Let me explain something to you. I don't know if you remember who I am, but I'm not sure you're able to carry the burden of that belt anymore. I am the prince of the PWF. My father is the greatest independent wrestler that has ever graced this crap country with his presence. And that rightfully belongs to the Sabaugh family.
Oh, see, had you not said Sabaugh, I wouldn't have remembered who you were. So you must be talking about the Italian stallion.
This is the son of the stallion.
Yeah,
this is Michael Sabaugh.
I remember you. I remember you when you were born. So, no, I don't remember you now. But, brother, look, just like I said, I'll take on all takers. His PWF title means a lot to me. I won it in 1993, 27 years ago.
And you stole it a
beat
few
George
weeks ago.
South for it, beat Henry Godwin for it, even beat your daddy for it. So, you know, the apple don't fall far from the tree, brother. But, yeah, I'll be glad to take you on today. All right, brother.
Here we go. American GI versus the Italian Stallion son, Michael Sabaugh.
Yes,
It's going
sir.
to strap them up, boys. Strap them up.
Yep, let's do it. Let's do it.
Folks, there you have it. A challenge being thrown down by Mr. Superstar Michael Sabaugh, the son of the one and only Italian Stallion, taking on American GI for the PWF Heavyweight Title later on in this contest.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back down in the ring now as King Craig Classic, who shook hands with Outlaw last week, is down here taking on everybody's favorite superhero, Jet Jaeger, in the ring. And the King Redbeard, he's been making quick work of most of these opponents here lately since he's made his return to the NAWA.
King Craig Classic has dismantled pretty much everybody in front of him. And now, look at that. He's got Jaeger tied up in a knot, more or less, there. My goodness.
He lost that NAWA Heavyweight Championship to Johnny Ryder, and he looks like he's back on a mission to prove a point, as he's just been grappling and outworking his opponents and just putting them away, like I said, within just minutes. And now he has this Outlaw character by his side helping him. Who knows where that's going to go, ladies and gentlemen.
As if Classic wasn't enough of a threat by himself out here, now you also have to be concerned with the presence of Outlaw. Right now, Jet Jaeger finds himself in a bad way as Classic is firmly in control here. Jet putting a couple of elbows, though, into the breadbasket, gets a release, goes for a clothesline and misses. Now Craig Classic, oh wow.
Big back body drop from the King. And here we go, he's got him in that single leg crab.
God.
And he's just bending him in half. He's tapping out, and everybody's favorite superhero has just submitted. And the King, he's not leaving the ring. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Introducing Superjaw's Indie Supercard, the first pro wrestling trading card game with real wrestlers using their real moves, but not real weapons, because they're cards. Play with over 50 wrestlers such as George South, C.W. Anderson, the Jim Nasty Boys, the Dawson Brothers, Colby Carino, and many, many more. Go to becometheace.com/store to order the Ace Series 1 set, shipping in June 2020.
Hey everybody, it's Redbeard. Come join me at my YouTube channel, Wrestle with Redbeard, where you can find classic match videos featuring talent like Cedric Alexander, Tessa Blanchard, Jackson Riker, and more from before they were household names. You can also find my vlog, podcast, and other great content, all right over there at the Wrestle with Redbeard YouTube channel. Folks, as you see, King Craig Classic still there in the ring, refused to leave the ringside area during the commercial break, demanded another challenger. And now Devin Reed has answered the call, but my goodness, is it even going to be worth his while here? Because King...
Well, Outlaw, during the commercial break, went in the back and drug out this poor kid, Devin Reed. And he just forearmed him. Maybe that's where Outlaw was at during the last match against Jet Jaeger, was lining him up another opponent, because the King, he's on a mission here. We got to talk to this guy and find out what's driving him here lately. And why are they together? Here's another single leg crab. Look at this.
Oh, God.
Look at the arc. And this Devin Reed has no choice but to tap out. And he does, ladies and gentlemen.
No ability at all to get out of that. The heel of his boot almost touched the back of his head, Michael.
Look at this new partnership. Ted is standing by in the back with Golden Gladiator number 2.
All right, wrestling fans, I'm standing here with a certified lunatic, the craziest man in the North American Wrestling Alliance. This guy, every time he loses, which is a lot, he beats his partner up. What's the deal, Ted?
Well, you know, it's never my fault that I lose. I'm not the one losing, it's them. They're the reason why I haven't won yet. And you know, I'm not very happy about that. You know, my man in white, he came to me and said, Teddy boy, you know, you're the one causing the losses. You've got to get better. You need to stay on top. No! It's not my fault. It's all them. It's always them.
That man needs to seriously get back on his medication.
There you have it, folks. Words from the maniacal individual Ted. But now we're returning to competition here, as you see Michael Sabaugh there set to challenge American GI for the PWF Heavyweight Title.
Well, Redbeard, as you know, this championship has a long storied history in the Carolinas, started by George South and the Italian Stallion back in the 90s, one of the biggest independent promotions in the country during that decade. And now we have the heavyweight champion, American GI, taking on the second generation, the son of the Italian Stallion, Michael Sabaugh here. He's looking to reclaim the PWF Championship and take it home to his dad and make him proud. But American GI is standing in his way here. And Sabaugh, Mr. Superstar, looking pretty good here early on against this veteran, American GI, as he's working over that arm, Redbeard.
As you were saying, big challenge, though, for Sabaugh. American GI, a longtime veteran. What was it, around 30 years ago or so that we talked to this man at one point in time as he began his career almost. Long-time entry into the business and as a storied career here. American GI, though, reeling from some of the punishment that Sabaugh has dished out here. Awesome contest between two big men here for sure. And that good-looking PWF title sitting out there on the outside up for grabs. Now American GI got him in a side headlock. Sabaugh tosses him off.
Oh, just imagine how proud the Italian Stallion is going to be when his boy brings home that PWF championship. It might make the Stallion say, I want to put my tights on and wrestle my son for the belt, Redbeard.
Hey, you never know. Wouldn't that be an awesome sight to see here in the NAWA ring?
But American GI with dropping a big elbow, but nobody home as Mr. Superstar gets out of the way at the last second.
You have to think Sabaugh knows everything about GI in terms of what he might have in his repertoire offensively, having been around the man for certainly as long as he has been.
Well, here he goes up to the top rope. We're not expecting this out of the big man here as Michael Sabaugh mounts the top rope.
Oh, wow.
Goes for a senton, but nobody there. GI rolling out of the way at the last second. The PWF title is on the line. Sunset flip.
Look at that.
Rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. And American GI retains the PWF Heavyweight Championship, ladies and gentlemen.
Impressive victory there by American GI as he retains the gold.
Well, you got to imagine that he earned that kid's respect as Michael Sabaugh fought proudly trying to take home the title. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got another developing situation. Last week, we saw Big Donnie defending that TV title in the King of the Mountain match, and James Brody was one of the entrants, and they just brawled everywhere, Redbeard. Finally, these two clashed, and it was on.
The ring could not contain the feud between these two men, spilling to the outside, wound up with a double elimination, both men being removed from the gauntlet match. That, in turn, of course, led to a new TV champion. But my goodness, these two men were just tearing into each other, Michael.
Well, let's hear from Big Donnie now. He's got to get something off his chest about his brother, James Brody. He's standing by right now at Golden Gladiator number 2.
All right, wrestling fans, I'm standing here. Supposed to have Big Donnie in here. I'm not sure what the man's going through. He just lost his belt because James Brody got him counted out. Texas Outlaws the champion. What you got to say, Big Donnie?
Brody, I'm going to beat the living hell out of you. That's going to be one last battle in Bear County. Put up the damn cage. No ring. No ring, Brody. Me and you on the damn floor.
I wouldn't want to be in there, folks. But y'all going to watch this chaos. It's going to be a car wreck going wrong.
What in the world? The last battle of Burke County, has a challenge been issued here by Big Donnie, and will James Brody accept?
Well,
what in the world?
Put up the cage, no ring, Redbeard. We're going to figure out what's going on, but now let's take it to the action from the vault as we got Mr. Number 1, George South. He's taking on the masked intern, number 4 here. And we got so much action in the vault, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is just check out our YouTube channel, the Carolina Wrestling Historical Archives. And we've got classic wrestling from not just NAWA, but several other Carolina promotions. And this is just one of the exciting matches that we pulled from the vault, a segment we hadn't had around here in a long time, Redbeard.
It's something that we've brought to you before in the past, and if you've never had a chance to catch up with us, we'd also offer you the opportunity to join us in looking back at all the content we have here on the YouTube channel. Awesome stuff out there, not only our 100 and now 41st episode of the program, but all this other stuff that we've got out here to offer you as well. Great opportunities to see some great professional wrestling action. And right now you're seeing George South taking on this intern here. How many interns have we seen in AWA, Michael?
We've seen almost 100 different variations of it, but we've only seen one George South over the years. And look at him go to work. As the masked intern cuts him off right here. George South, a legend in these parts, the Carolinas, and heck, all over the wrestling world for that matter. The trainer of many current big-time superstars coming out of his professional wrestling school in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, you think of the lineage of so many superstars, men like Cedric Alexander, talents like Tessa Blanchard, so many individuals who can trace their careers in the business back to having been at one point in time trained by George South. This man has had a tremendous influence on the business, not only here in the Carolinas, but also over the entire world.
And it's just a testament to how good he is and the ability that he has in the ring as he's still going strong all these years later, putting on classics with guys like C.W. Anderson all over the place. He just recently was in the ring with the third generation Kerry Morton at a show in Tennessee. George South can still go, ladies and gentlemen, but he's having a little bit of trouble here with Master Intern 4 as he just got him down on the mat.
South trying to get the fans behind him here as Intern continues to grind him down, putting all of his weight and pressure on the neck and back of South here. As we've documented before, it may not look like a whole lot, but when a man can't breathe from being troubled with the weight of another individual, that's a great way to wear someone down. George South almost looks as though he might be succumbing to this. He's starting to loosen up here somewhat, Michael.
Well, here we go. He's trying to work his way back to his feet, as you said so, Redbeard. He's got to get the fans. The fans are starting to get behind Mr. Number One here. And here he goes. He's shifting it into high gear. He's still got to get out of this. There he goes. Hits him with them fist right there, and arm drags him right over.
Got back to a vertical base there, and then now South in command of this, puts a boot right in the breadbasket of the intern, shoots him across, duck under. Look at that. Big time smash there by George South, dragging him up by the mask.
Here we go. He's doing the Wahoo McDaniel war dance, and he just hit him with that big chop.
Chops him right between the eyes.
And there you go. George South gets the win here on this classic match from the vault over Masked Intern number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great classic matchup that we pulled from the NAWA Wrestling Vault. Wait a minute, he's going to take the mask off of this Masked Intern.
He's going to demask this man. He wants to reveal the identity of this intern.
I don't know if George South's going to be able to do it. Here we go, he's got him. Are we going to find out the identity of one of the interns, Redbeard?
My goodness, this will be the first time. George is trying to take it away from him here.
He's unlacing he's taking the laces out. Here we go.
He's digging into it.
The fans here definitely want to see this.
And the referee is trying to admonish George from taking the hood off the man, but now he's almost got it done here, Michael.
Referee Craig Robbins is suggesting to George that he not do it. He finally pulls George off of the Masked Intern. And ladies and gentlemen, if you liked what you saw from this match from the vault, please again check us out on YouTube, the Carolinas Wrestling Historic Archives on YouTube, and see all of this great action from the NAWA Vault.
Boogie, are you? Can I ask you a question? Is wrestling fixed?
Never broken. Never.
Yes, okay, thank you, sir.
Joking.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Thank you, sir.
Hi, wrestling fans. Tony Bench here, host of the Bench Buster Show. If you love independent pro wrestling, then my podcast is definitely for you. Make sure you tune in each and every week as I will be interviewing the local independent pro wrestlers, some you love and some you love to hate. Learn about their secrets, learn about what got them started in pro wrestling and what they love most about pro wrestling. And I also have more inside secrets that you never thought you'd ever know. But you got to tune into my show to find out. It's available on all platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and YouTube. So don't make no excuse that you didn't listen to my show. There's plenty of chances to listen to it, and if you don't, you're the one missing out. Tune in to the Bench Buster Show.
Here we go, folks. The new NAWA Tag Team Champions. There you see Thunder Anderson and Adam James. But look at this, AWOL charging into the scene here, not even having a chance to take off the belts. And Adam James and Thunder Anderson under attack.
Well, AWOL's getting their rematch after they weren't expecting to face this duo in the finals of the Buddy Shea Memorial Tag Team Tournament. But here we go, round 2, Thunder Anderson and Adam James versus AWOL for the NAWA Tag Team titles. And it's starting off fast and furious, Redbeard. Oh, wait a minute.
Loading that mask up, my goodness.
And AWOL taking like they did against the Black Society, but with brass knuckles.
Oh, wow.
And AWOL now, what? They cheated, and they're the new NAWA Tag Team Champions.
Referee had no idea what happened there in loading up that mask. But as you said, Michael, AWOL now suddenly the new NAWA Tag Team Champions.
Well, now we're going to take it back and hear from the new television champion, the Texas Outlaw, with J.R. Murdoch.
Ladies and gentlemen, seeing here, we had a King of the Mountain match. And who became the new television champion but the Texas Outlaw? What do you guys say, guys? Who's up on next?
We told you. We told everyone what was going to happen. We told everyone that no title was safe in the NAWA. No title was safe. And we're not just going to stop with this one. We're taking all the gold. We're taking everything back to Texas.
I believe them, folks. I really do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from the new NAWA television champion, but now it's time for that your huge main event this week. As you see, the creator of the Ugly Be Gone, Amp Dominick, preparing to step into the ring for battle for a third time with Axel Jaggers, Redbeard.
This is going to be a crazy scenario here as we cap off this episode of NAWA Championship Wrestling. These two men have been after each other tooth and nail, and you have to say Amp Dominick is in here with some intimidation early on, disrobing there on the outside and dressing down Axel Jaggers the entire time there.
Well, I can't say. Wait a minute. He's got that Ugly Be Gone bottle, and he's throwing it down onto the floor out of the reach of Amp Dominick. As you recall, Redbeard, the referee didn't see it, but the last time these two were in the ring, Amp Dominick got an assist from Ugly Be Gone to pin Axel Jaggers.
It was enough of a distraction to put the Ugly Be Gone there in the eyes of Jaggers, but now we'll have to see what Dominick can do without sort of his main cohort. Can't rely on the Ugly Be Gone anymore. He's going to have to do this with just sheer willpower.
Well, one can say we have not yet had a clear-cut winner in either of the two previous matchups, as Amp Dominick walked out of the first one, and then Amp Dominick used an assist from Ugly Be Gone. Can we figure out who's the better of these two here today in the rubber match between Jaggers and Dominick?
These are two very impressive individuals. We've gotten to know both of them over the length of time they've been in competition here in NAWA. Jaggers is a good-looking big man here, still very early in his career. Dominick had been around for a while, held a lot of gold here in NAWA, looking to extend his career by advancing himself back up into the top echelon of the heavyweight rankings here. But look at that, showing what for here in getting out of that hold there that Jaggers had.
Like a god, he got out of that, Redbeard, and Jaggers looks baffled at the character known as Amp Dominick.
He is, like we've said before, he's a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Is Dominick. He's just a crazed person, but at the same time, you can't mistake his methods for being effective.
He does all the little things that just make him this vicious competitor that'll take its toll on you over the matchup. And here we go. We got him in a cravat here as He's just twisting that head of Axel Jaggers in the neck, putting a lot of pressure. Whoa, and Jaggers sits out, breaking that hold, going for a single leg takedown. Dominick's in the ropes. Referee Craig Robbins calling for the break.
Dominick went the only way he could there in trying to get away from Jaggers. Jaggers has an amateur background here between wrestling and football as well, so he's a tough young kid here. But look at this. Dominick taking a moment to wipe his eyes with the referee's shirt. My goodness.
You got to be able to see clearly if you want to beat someone the caliber of Axel Jaggers. Look at it, just trips him down. See what I was saying, Redbeard? It's just those little things, those nuances. He just taking a boot, stepping on his hair, and just twisting the fingers apart.
God.
This is the type of things that set Amp Dominick apart.
He's such a violent individual, but you hate to say, but in so many creative ways has he been able to manipulate his opponents. Now, Jaggers, look at that, turns him inside out though, my goodness. Big, powerful young man there in the form of Axel Jaggers. Now look at this, the mental mind games between these two going into play here as well.
That may be the first time I've ever seen Axel Jaggers talking trash during one of his matches. He's usually all business, in and out, belly to belly, 1, 2, 3, but he's got a score to settle with the god of the Milky Way galaxy here, Amp Dominick. Amp's talked about the Bible-thumping redneck that he is, and Axel Jaggers has got a point to prove here this week in this rubber match, in this huge main event that you're only going to see on NAWA Championship Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
Such a unique roster we have here with NAWA. These two men are a prime example of that. Amp Dominick, as we've said before here, Michael, such a lunatic of an individual in terms of what he brings to the ring.
A lunatic, he's a god, Redbeard. He's the god of the Milky Way galaxy.
However he declared himself that, there's a certain amount of lunacy involved in that.
And look at that impressive wrestling ability, right back into that front face lock, taking the big man right down to the mat. And now look at that, just
fingers in the
running
eyes
his
and
claws
mouth and nose.
right across the face of him.
Pulling the hair as well.
See, it's these little vicious things that add up over time that Amp Dominick does to his opponents. Now they're just putting his knee right into the back of the spine.
Continuing that joint manipulation. He's biting him, Michael. My God. Continuing this joint manipulation there.
Oh.
Just doing, as you said, those basic things that he can get away with as a competitor. Taking advantage of every count, every opportunity, whether it be inside the ring or out.
It adds up over time, and now he's put the target, the bullseyes on the shoulder of Axel Jaggers in this matchup, Redbeard.
Using the ring ropes for leverage, and might as well say using the ring as a weapon there as he continues to manipulate Jaggers.
In their first encounter, Amp targeted the back. In the rematch, he targeted the knee, and now he's targeting Axel Jaggers' shoulder as he's continuing to just bend it over that top rope and just trying to yank the shoulder right out of socket. And if anybody can do it, Amp Dominick will.
As you were saying there, Michael, we've talked before about the targets that Amp Dominick has used here in these various matches. We've talked before about the knee, but also in isolating that arm. Look at this. My God, just standing on the man's spine. But in targeting that arm, that's going to affect his ability to use that belly-to-belly that he's so often taken advantage of here and finishing off his opponents as Jaggers.
Oh.
Look at that. God,
slapping that damaged shoulder is Amp Dominick, and it's just toying with Axel Jaggers here is the Southern Fire. Well, here comes Axel Jaggers. He's got some fight still left in him.
The adrenaline here is starting to flow for Jaggers. Got him up. Oh, wow, big power slam.
Not enough to put a god away. Only gets a 2 count there. And both men are starting to feel the effects of this rubber match, Redbeard.
This has become a protracted battle between these two men here. Definitely going to be a scenario where cardiovascular becomes a major aspect of who will eventually be the victor. One of these guys may just run out of gas here at some point in time, Michael.
What a main event we're giving you. Oh, wow. Dear God. He just jumped to the floor and in the process grabbed Jaggers' arm and just yanked that shoulder, the damaged shoulder, over the middle rope, Redbeard, taking all of his weight to the floor with him.
200-pound man swinging as a pendulum, and on the other end was the joint there, that left shoulder of Jaggers. Again, so smart is Dominick, stomping on the man's hand there, but again, using the ring as a weapon, and isolating that joint.
And now you got to just wonder, is Axel Jaggers going to be able to connect with that belly-to-belly? Is he going to be able to clasp his arms and lift Dominick up for the belly-to-belly if he's able to go for that maneuver to put him away with that damaged shoulder? Look at this, just continuously just beating him down, just
wrenching away that arm again. And you have to just wonder the pain tolerance of someone like Jaggers. He's a young man in the still early parts of his career. He's got to think about things of the future in terms of whether or not this is going to affect him down the line here. Such damage is being done, Mike. Oh, God. And that stomp, such pain.
You got to wonder how much more, like you said, the pain tolerance of Axel Jaggers, how much more can he withstand? How much more punishment can he take to that shoulder? And how much more is Dominick going to have to deliver? Wait a minute, he's still fighting back here. Jaggers is firing up, one arm and all. Shoots him across there. Here he did. He's got him up belly to belly. Here we go. Look, Dominick's foot's on the rope. The referee didn't see it.
Referee didn't. Now referee
But Axel, wait a
realizing.
minute. Axel Jaggers has got the 3 count, but Dominick's foot was on the rope.
Referee seems to be realizing what happened there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a controversy here. Did Axel Jaggers beat Dominick or not? What's the referee saying? He didn't see the foot on the rope.
We haven't gotten word here yet. What's the referee's decision?
Referee says Axel Jaggers is your winner. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to figure out what's going on, but Jaggers being declared the winner even though Dominick's foot was on the rope. That's all the time we got this week. We'll see you right here next week.